You're right. It's all, people go, Hitler, how could people follow him? I see people follow people like DJs.
Well, you got to exactly, dude. Hitler is my Diplo. Hitler's my Diplo. You got to put yourself in the shoes. Think about a World War I German. Think about a German in the 1920s. Think about this. I'm going to bring you there. We're in fucking Germany. It's 1920. We just got fucking our shit rocked by England. We have our currency. The value of a German franc was worth like, it was like $75,000. You know what? Like they could buy a piece of bread in Germany. World War in Germany was like $75,000 US. It was impossible to live.
Yeah.
So because what happened was, and this is bad, this is just fucking how people are though. We have egos. World War I, Germany lost. They got their shit rocked. And instead of saying, you know what? You were bad boys. Instead of the United States, Britain saying you were bad boys, they said, and they were like, you know what, let's just go back, forget everything, like they didn't. They said, now you're going to owe us war reparations. Not only are you fucking decimated as a country, but now you owe us the equivalent of like $50 billion when they had nothing, when the price of bread was $75,000.
The economy went worse.
So the economy keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then what happens is people are like, we have to sell our teeth to make necklaces, to make money. My mother's a prostitute. Adolf Hitler comes out and says, you know what I want to do, guys? He doesn't mention anything about putting Jews in camps. None of that.
You can't open with that.
He comes out. You can't open with that.
Good closer, though.
Yes.
Hell of a closer.
He comes out and he says, how about this, guys? How about if I want to bring Germany back to its glory? The Third Reich? The Third Reich is... We've had two Reichs. We've had, the first German glory in the Middle Ages, the second German glory, even though we lost World War I. I want to bring us back to the third. We are the master race. What do you guys think of that? And the people have nothing. They're like, great. They're like, who do we blame? The Jews. So it's a simple thing. Most people didn't dislike Jews at all. I'm
glad that stopped and never came back.
Yeah, we love Jews. And then
Hitler said, I'm gonna clothe you, and Hugo Boss, you're gonna look fucking cool.
Ooh,
yeah,
BMWs.
Same thing with World War I too. People say, why did Japanese bomb us? Well, it started because in World War I, at this treaty, it's called the Treaty of Versailles, at this treaty, when we're divvying up the spoils of war with fucking Germany, you owe us all this money, fuck you, suck my ass. Japan was on our side in World War I. Japan was not on the other side. They were on our side. It was Japan, the United States, China, Britain, France. So we say, we'll give all the white country stuff, but Japan, no, dude, you guys sit on the floor. We're not going to give you anything. And Japan was like, what? We helped. And they're like, did you really, though? What did you do? So Japan got zero. So they were very angry for years and years and years. And then World War II and then Japan, the same reason where the Germans start to kind of get this feeling of like, you know what? Fuck you. We're going to show you. We're going to build our tanks, build our war, build our machines. Japan's doing the same thing. They're like, we're going to show the United States and Britain and these fucking white pieces of shit that we matter too. So they start to invade China. They start to manifest destiny. They're like, you know what? Every Asian country is actually ours. So they had the Napoleon complex. They're like, you think we're a little island and we don't deserve anything? Well, now we're going to kill everybody. We're going to rape the babies, kill everybody. We're killing at will. And so the United States is like, that's a problem. But we don't want to join World War I because we're like, that's Europe's fight. I don't want to deal with fucking Hitler's nuts. I don't want to deal with this. So let's just stay here. We're protected by the oceans. Jesus Christ made the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans to protect the United States. He said, that's the main, that's why we are who we are. It's just the oceans.
Really?
If we were connected to Europe, we'd have the same problems they do. But you can't invade us.
I never thought about
it's 3,000 miles in any direction.
That's
dude.
huge.
Well, the crazy thing too is I was just listening to a podcast of when General MacArthur, they had to retreat and he hit out in Australia.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's amazing that you could do that back.
Bro, if there's a nuclear war tomorrow in Europe, which would affect the United States, the only safe place to be is Australia and New Zealand. And the only reason why is because they're too far away.
Right.
Exactly. But also he was like I'm going to get people back up. But like, exactly. You can't get that many people.
No, you can't do it.
Tough.
So Japan, so Japan with Pearl Harbor, they said they were invading China, they need oil. That was the thing at the time. Nothing's fucking electric.
Again, history doesn't repeat itself.
No.
5 million fucking times.
Oil. So you need to get oil, more and more oil. And they say, you know what? The United States was the one giving the oil. We were giving Japan the oil. But then when we saw what they were doing to the Chinese, we were like, we can't support this anymore. So we said, stop, embargo on Japan's not getting any more U.S. oil. So Japan's like, fuck, we're fucked now. What are we going to do? So that was an act of war to them. And they said, you know what we think we'll do is we'll knock out their entire Navy in one swoop in Pearl Harbor. They're like, we'll knock them out there. But they fucked up because the 3 U.S. aircraft carriers were in the middle of the ocean. They got bad intel. Japanese, dude, they fucking read it backwards. They just, bad intel. And then they only knocked out 2, and then we were able to rebuild our Navy and we destroyed them. Wow. But that's you know, so that's why when people are like just so quick to be like these fucking Nazi, they all were pieces of shit and disgusting, but you have to, it didn't just happen out of nowhere. They weren't just, play it.
I was literally about to quote this joke.
Yeah.
But
I gotta say, this I learned more about in history in like, you're like Dan Carlin on 3X.
That's it, baby. Yes, dude, I'm Dan Carlin on creatine.
There's something so scary about the Japanese too. Just willing to suicide bomb. Is the scariest shit.
Dude, we didn't even need to nuke Japan. They were about to surrender.
That's fun.
No, it was
twice.
It was. Put him in the bento
3
box.
times a nukie.
I don't know if you guys are students of history or not, but
I love the hand up.
For those of you who aren't, Germany, in the previous century, of the early part, they decided to go to war. And who did they choose to go to war with? The world.
So good.
So you think that would last about 5 seconds and the world would fucking win, and you know, that'd be it. But it was actually close. And then, I don't know how that worked, but then 30 years pass, and Germany decides to go to war again. And once again, they choose as their foe the world. And now, this time, they really almost win. So at this point, you would think the world would go, okay, Germany, you're fucking not a country anymore. All right? The fuck? You're not a country because you keep going to war with the world. And no one does. What do you think you are, Mars?
Yeah.
So simple, and it was there for everybody.
For everybody,
Those
dude.
are the best jokes. Were like, they're for everybody. Anyone could have grabbed that, and he just... Perfect.
And you know the punchline. You know he's going to say the world.
And it's still funny because it's insane.
Yeah.
Sometimes just explaining how insane something is a joke.
Is the joke.
Oh, my God.
Totally.
Yeah.